You started strong. You had a plan, maybe even a color-coded schedule. And then, somewhere around week 2 or 3, the motivation just left. Not dramatically. It did not storm out. It just quietly stopped showing up. And now, sitting down to study feels like trying to push a car uphill every single session. If that's where you are right now, I want you to hear something important, that it's not a character flaw, that it's a completely normal human response to an unpleasant, high stakes, long horizon task. Most students and parents believe that motivation is the fuel that makes studying happen. So when motivation fades, the conclusion is my student just needs to want more, or they need to remember what's at stake. We give the motivational speech, we remind them about scholarships, college options, their future. And for about 48 hours, it works. Then motivation fades again, because it always does. Motivation is essentially a house guest who arrives with great energy, eats your food, and leaves without warning. You cannot build a study plan around a house guest. You need furniture. Furniture stays. The students who improve consistently are not more motivated than the students who plateau. They have better systems, systems that do not require motivation to activate. After working with over 3,000 students, we've seen every variation of the motivation struggle, and the pattern is consistent. Students who rely on motivation as their fuel improve in bursts and plateau in valleys. Students who rely on structure improve slowly and steadily, and then faster and faster as the skills compound. The goal is not to feel like studying. The goal is to study whether you feel like it or not. Those are very different targets, and only one of them produces a score that keeps going up. System 1, the non-negotiable minimum. Define the smallest possible study session that still counts. For most students, that is 20 minutes of targeted work. On days when motivation is near zero, you do the minimum. Not zero, the minimum. 20 minutes daily targeted drilling is not exciting, but it keeps the streak alive. And streaks are psychologically powerful in a way that motivational speeches are not. I haven't missed a session in 23 days is a sentence that creates its own momentum. System 2, environment design. Motivation is significantly affected by environment. A student who studies at a cluttered desk with their phone visible, surrounded by distractions, will always feel less motivated than a student in a clean, designated, distraction-free space. This is not about willpower. It is neuroscience. Your brain associates environments with behaviors. Create a specific study spot, even a corner of a room that is used exclusively for SAT, ACT prep. Over time, sitting in that spot triggers the study mindset automatically. System 3, progress visibility. One of the most powerful motivational forces is visible progress. Not a score. Scores move slowly to produce visible activity and noticeable momentum bursts. A simple habit tracker, check marks on a calendar, a streak counter on a phone, for example, provides daily evidence that work is happening. When students can see 17 consecutive check marks, they protect that streak. That protection is actually more reliable than motivation. System 4, the 2-minute start rule. The hardest moment in any study session is the first 2 minutes, not minute 30, minute 2. The rule, commit to only 2 minutes. Open the materials, start one question. That is the only obligation. In our experience, more than 85% of the time, students who start continue past 2 minutes because starting is the barrier, not continuing. You do not need motivation to start, you just need to start. Motivation often follows. If you take one thing from this video, stop waiting to feel motivated. Build the structure instead. Minimum sessions, a dedicated space, a visible streak, and a 2-minute start. Those 4 things will do more for your score than any motivational speech, including this one. You're welcome. And also, I recognize the irony of making a motivational video about how motivation doesn't work. We're all doing our best. Next video, we are going back into strategy, specifically the single fastest technique for finding the main idea in any SAT or ACT reading passage. It changes how the whole section feels. Subscribe so you can catch it. And if you want a structured program that keeps your student consistently moving without relying on motivation, click the link below. We'll see you in the next video.